Okay, you've got the car on the concrete, just getting set up. And yeah, we'll get going shortly. So I've got some spare circuit boards. These are two that are left over from when I bought a whole set out of a battery pack, because I work on these cars quite a lot. So there are two that are left. I've got a couple here which, according to the label, need testing. One's been attempted to be repaired, but I think it had an issue, so another repair was attempted on it. So probably give them a test while we've got the battery out and just see what happens. Got my high voltage gloves, because obviously we're going to be working within the battery pack. We'll obviously take out the isolator. So there's an isolator which actually splits the battery in half. That orange thing I showed in the previous video, but it's still high voltage. And this is a lead I made up specifically for these cars. So because I'm working on the floor, it's a kind of a pain to push the battery and lift it up and get it plugged in and then see if it's fixed, especially if you test things like I kind of do, or test different sort of repair methods, different stuff like that. So I basically made up this lead. So I've got the connectors off a scrap battery pack and the connectors off the car side, and I made up this couple of meter lead. So basically when I've got the battery out, so I've got the battery here, I can connect it to the car and I can use the diagnostic machine and see if we can read all the voltages, see if the circuit boards are all happy, do any sort of like not coding, but yeah, just kind of get it all to work and check it's okay. And then we'll put the lid back on, bolt it all down, move it over. So just to save a step, because I've worked on quite a few of these cars, so that's just a big bit of labour saving lead that I've got there, so you might see that. So yeah, all right, let's do it. Okay, so the battery's out on the i-miev. Something that's really interesting is this has definitely been out before. So I mean, big telltale, this earth, well, other than the fact that it's meant to be kind of clipped in there and on there, so it's actually like an earth for the lid, it was squashed, so it's been kind of crushed there, which is interesting. Yeah, and then if you look at, so just in here in the isolator, there's meant to be 4 bolts in there that hold the lid sort of firmly onto the isolator, which are not there. So yeah, kind of interesting really. This has definitely been off before, and the underside of it looks really in good condition. I don't think the pack is new, but I think it's had its recalls done. So there was a recall on the bars underneath, as I mentioned, and that's been done. So I mean, like, here's a pretty big telltale that not all the bolts have been put back, so someone's been here before, but that's probably not surprising given the age. But maybe it's had a cell replacement or whatever. But I guess we get the lid off and find out. All right, cool. Okay, sit rep. So basically, my spare boards are no good. So I had 2 that I thought were from when I bought a whole set out of a pack from a sort of battery recycling company that use them for sort of second life home storage and stuff like that. And actually I only had 1 left from them, and that one had slightly fluctuating readings. I did get it to show the level of charge on the dash and that, but it wasn't totally happy. But I thought, I'm not happy with that one. Swap it to the other one, and I think the other one, which I thought was from there, is out of another car and is a failed one. So basically I've got a lot of failed boards, so I currently haven't got a good spare. I've contacted a parts place at an EV garage to see if they've got one, or if not, I will have to get some of these boards repaired. It's not always successful, but basically if I repair all my failed ones, then one of those is going to work, basically. So one way or another, we'll get this back together, but there's going to be a slight delay. That's the way it goes with used parts. All right, catch you later.